Good morning. I usually try to share upbeat things and maybe be a little humorous. But this morning I wanted to share something serious. I wrote down some thoughts about who I used to be, and I wanted to share those with you. Got them pulled up on my computer so I can read them to you. So it says, who was I? I was the lady who said she preferred to stand rather than sit in someone's grandma's delicate antique rocker for fear I would turn it to splinters. I was the lady who looked for chairs at restaurants with no arms for fear I wouldn't fit into the ones that had arms. I was the lady who avoided clothing shows at friends' homes for fear that there would be nothing big enough for me to even try on. I was the lady who only took small servings on her buffet plate for fear that I would look like a hog. I was the lady who sucked it in and always walked down the airplane aisle sideways for fear I would knock over whatever people had on their tray tables if I walked facing front. I was the lady who would say, "I'll try it on later," when someone gave me a necklace for fear it wouldn't go around my neck. I was the lady who wore denims and corduroys and acted kind of bold and brassy for fear that I couldn't pull off wearing more feminine fabrics or being accepted as ladylike. I was the lady who always wore her shirts untucked for fear of letting the unsightly bulges show if I tucked the shirts in. I was the lady who, instead of excitedly looking forward to a trip to the beach or theme park with friends, spent her time trying to figure out every eventuality so she'd have a ready excuse for fear she'd put a damper on things. For instance, if they wanted to go for a long walk, but her thighs would chafe. Well, someone needs to watch our stuff, and I'd enjoy a little quiet time anyway. Or if they all wanted to go on a certain ride and the seats looked narrow or the safety bar locked in too close, oh well, someone needs to hold our stuff, so I'll wait here and do it. I was the lady who couldn't share clothes with any of her friends for fear of really feeling left out because they were all smaller than I. I was the lady who joked that I was always big-boned and under-tall for my weight, for fear that people would just call me fat. I was the lady who was fat. I really was. But I didn't realize just how big I was, and I hoped against hope that I was smaller than I thought. But I lived a life of insulating excuses so I wouldn't see the truth, nor be more hurt by facing it. Look at all the fears that I was bound by. Not a great life. I'm no longer that lady. I've learned how to live a healthy lifestyle, how to eat healthy. I've gone from being in the women's sizes, size 6, extra small. That's nice, but you know what's more important? I feel great. I feel comfortable in my own skin, and I didn't used to feel that way. I've thought about this for a long time, and it's hard for me to share this, but this is the truth. I used to hide behind so many defenses so that, and they kind of hurt me. It's like I was hurting myself before somebody else could hurt me. so that nothing anyone else could say or indicate would make me feel worse about myself than I already did. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but I'm no longer that lady. I know I look good now. I look good enough for what I think I ought to look like, okay? Gonna be 67 in a few days. I feel very good. I can move and just, I'm flexible, and I can get on the floor and play with my grandkids. I just had some spinal fusion surgery last week, so I can't run yet, but I was running, I was swimming. I wasn't doing a whole lot of it in the last several months, but prior to that I was. Of course, I guess I should mention that, there are people who think that they can exercise and exercise and that they will lose weight. And yeah, you will a little bit, but mostly it has to do with what you're eating. So, all right, listen. I've gone on long enough. I just wanted to share with you, I think the most sensitive part of a human is their self-image. It's so easily hurt. And for me, a lot of my self-image had to do with the size that I was a lot of my life, which was, it wasn't huge, but it was big. And, like I just shared with you, I felt I was left out of a lot of things. I left myself out of a lot of things because I felt like I couldn't fit in. And that's changed for me now, and I am so grateful, because what happened is I went on a healthy lifestyle plan where I learned how to eat properly, which was much simpler than I ever thought. I started taking off weight, more weight than I ever thought it was possible for me to lose. Seriously, especially at my age. When you get older, it's a lot harder to take it off. Well, you think it is. It actually wasn't hard at all. But the thing is that it did so much more for me. I lost the weight, my health improved, not just my physical health. Something just happened inside of me, and I really do feel like a brand new person. I'd really like to share that with you. Okay, I hope you have a really good Sunday, and remember, if you've got things you need to work on them little by little. Keep moving forward. You'll get there.